Hello and welcome to another update on Empire at War Expanded Revan's Revenge, our Old Republic mod. We haven't said too much about the project so far, but there has been some work going on in the background as we work on the 3.2 versions of Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic. Today we're going to be taking a look at the space roster for the Old Republic, which is the first of the three factions, being the Republic, Sith, and Mandalorians from the first release, to get their space roster finished. The way we're developing the mod right now, we're picking 5 core units for each of those factions in space, and then working towards getting those done. And that's kind of our main goal for the initial release, is to have the core ground and space rosters before developing even further units for all of them in future releases. We want to get the core gameplay of the factions down with a lot of the more iconic ships, and then we'll expand from there. Once we have a bit more done for each faction, there will be another broader overview post for the mod going over the timeline, some of the major events and characters, and some other stuff like that. But for today, we are going to look at those first 5 Republic units, which are now finished. The Republic is going to be oriented towards more of its frigates and corvettes, with a few tools to keep them in the fight and buff them up. The first of their 5 ships, and probably the most iconic, is of course the Hammerhead class cruiser. These, along with the 4A class blockade runner, will be filling out the core of a lot of your fleets. From there we have a third frigate that was introduced by the Knights of the Old Republic comics, the Axehead class frigate. The stats for all these ships are still somewhat subject to change, but all 3 of these frigates have a mix of laser cannons and turbo lasers, with each of their turbo lasers being of different grades. So the 4A has light turbo lasers, the Hammerhead has a mix of medium and light turbo lasers with more towards the medium side, and then the Axehead has heavy turbo lasers, making all 3 of them better at taking out different types of threats. From there we move up to the second largest ship in the Republic Navy for this release, the Stalwart, which you may recognize as being called the Paladin in some other fan circles. Finally, in this initial Republic roster, we have the largest ship, the Inexpugnable class Tactical Command Ship. On top of being pretty beefy in its own right, this will have some additional buffing effects on your fleet. They'll be very limited in their production, but they'll be a really effective thing for the Republic to build their fleets of hammerheads and other frigates around. Again, anything with specific armaments or direct gameplay impacts are something that'll be subject to change as we go, and there will be some full playthroughs and individual feature videos going over how the mod will play as we go, but this is the core of the Republic roster that you can expect to use in the first release. Of the 3 factions, the Republic are the most likely to get some additional ships, most likely the Quartermaster and Praetorian, which will be in kind of the fleet tender roles. But like I said, our main focus right now as far as Revan's Revenge goes is to get the core roster of 5 ships per faction, plus the basic infantry types and 1 or 2 vehicles. So you'll be able to see a lot of that as it happens here. Hopefully soon we'll be able to show the Mandalorians or Sith side of things. But for now, hope you've enjoyed this quick look at Revan's Revenge and what we have coming up in the future. Thanks for watching, hope to see you next time.